from reports that a mass stabbing has happened at a Walmart there. So here's what we know at this hour. This is coming from the Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office. It says they are investigating a multiple stabbing incident at the Walmart in Traverse City. The suspect is in custody. Details are limited at this time. A PIO is en route to the scene, and details will be posted as they become available. Please avoid the area as the investigation is ongoing. We are also getting some more updates from the FBI as well. Dan Bongino taking to X here and saying FBI personnel are responding to provide any necessary support to the Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office in their investigation of the attacks at the Walmart. And we are also getting word of a statement from Governor Gretchen Whitmer saying, I'm in touch with law enforcement about the horrible news out of Traverse City. Our thoughts are with the victims and the community reeling from this brutal act of violence. I am grateful to the first responders for their swift response to apprehend the suspect. And she goes on to say, I will continue monitoring the situation closely. I want to give you a live look here, Traverse City out in Michigan. Now, this is about a 4-hour drive from Detroit, again, in the northern part of the state. And just to recap, police are still on the scene of this Walmart. They're going to be there all night, and we have at least 10 victims at this part. We don't know the status of their conditions, but we will continue to monitor it for you in Michigan, as well as FBI resources are being sent to Michigan, probably already on the ground as well. And once we know more information, of course, we will pass that along to you. We do know that the suspect, though, of course, is in custody at this moment. So we have one suspect in custody. We have several injured from this stabbing, at least 10 people, and we are waiting to get more information. When we do, we'll pass that along to you here on Live Now from Fox. We'll be back here with more on Live Now.
It was supposed to be an ordinary Saturday afternoon at Walmart. Families picking up groceries, weekend shoppers browsing the aisles, the familiar hum of a busy retail store. But in just minutes, the Traverse City Walmart on South Airport Road transformed from a place of routine shopping into a scene of absolute terror. 11 people lay bleeding. A 42-year-old man wielding a folding knife had turned an everyday errand into a nightmare that would shake this Michigan community to its core. Traverse City, Michigan, nestled along the shores of Grand Traverse Bay about 250 miles northwest of Detroit, is known for its cherry orchards, wine country, and as a peaceful tourist destination. The Walmart Supercenter on South Airport Road serves as a hub for locals and visitors alike, a familiar stop for everything from groceries to household goods. Saturday, July 26, 2025, started like any other weekend day in this picturesque northern Michigan town. The weather was pleasant, families were out running errands, and the Walmart was bustling with typical Saturday afternoon activity. Shoppers pushed their carts through the wide aisles, children tagged along with parents, and employees restocked shelves and manned checkout lines. Nobody could have anticipated that this ordinary day would become one of the most shocking violent incidents in Traverse City's recent history. At approximately 4:50 p.m., as the afternoon shopping rush was in full swing, chaos erupted near the checkout area of the store. A 42-year-old Michigan man, armed with a folding knife-style weapon, launched what authorities would later describe as a random, stabbing attack. The incident began near the checkout area of the retail location, where dozens of customers were waiting in line to pay for their purchases. In those terrifying moments, the familiar beeping of scanners and everyday conversation were replaced by screams of panic and terror. The attacker moved through the area with his weapon, striking 11 people in what appeared to be a completely random assault. Shoppers who had been calmly waiting to check out suddenly found themselves running for their lives or trying to help wounded strangers. In the midst of this terrifying scene, something remarkable happened. As the attacker continued his violent rampage, ordinary citizens transformed into heroes. The suspect was captured in 3 minutes thanks to citizen involvement, according to law enforcement officials. According to law enforcement, people in the store assisted in apprehending the man and helped treat the people injured. While details about exactly how customers and employees intervened remain limited, their quick thinking and bravery likely prevented even more casualties. These everyday heroes, shoppers who came to buy groceries and ended up saving lives, demonstrated the best of humanity in the face of senseless violence. They didn't run and hide, they stepped up when their community needed them most. The 11 victims included 6 males and 5 females, representing a cross-section of the Traverse City community who had simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. 5 of the victims are in serious condition, and 6 are in critical condition at Munson Medical Center, according to hospital officials. 3 people were in surgery as of 6:40 p.m. Saturday, fighting for their lives after what should have been a routine shopping trip. These weren't targeted victims. They were random people whose only mistake was being at Walmart on a Saturday afternoon. The victims' ages, backgrounds, and identities haven't been fully released as families deal with the trauma and medical teams work to save lives. What we do know is that 11 families are now forever changed by this senseless act of violence. The suspect is not familiar to law enforcement, according to Grand Traverse County Sheriff Michael D. Shea. This wasn't someone on law enforcement's radar, someone with a long history of violence, or someone who had been making threats. He was, by all appearances, an ordinary 42-year-old Michigan resident who suddenly snapped. The suspect was not injured when taken into custody and allegedly used a folding knife in the incident. The weapon, a simple folding knife that could be purchased at countless stores, became an instrument of terror in the hands of someone whose motives remain completely unclear. What drives a person to walk into a busy store and start stabbing strangers? What internal demons or external pressures could lead to such a devastating decision? As the investigation continues, these questions haunt both law enforcement and the community. The response to the attack was swift and comprehensive. Emergency services flooded the scene, with police, paramedics, and firefighters converging on the Walmart parking lot. Agents with the FBI are responding to provide additional investigative support, highlighting the serious nature of the incident. Munson Medical Center in Traverse City mobilized to treat the 11 victims, with medical teams working around the clock to save lives. The hospital's emergency response protocols were put to the ultimate test as they dealt with multiple serious trauma cases simultaneously. The store was immediately evacuated and closed, with crime scene investigators working to piece together exactly what happened in those terrifying minutes. The parking lot, normally full of cars belonging to weekend shoppers, became a staging area for emergency vehicles and news crews trying to understand how such violence could erupt in this peaceful community. Walmart spokesperson Joe issued a statement saying, "Violence like this is unacceptable. Our thoughts are with those who were injured and we're thankful for the swift action of first responders." The retail giant, which serves millions of customers daily across thousands of locations, found itself once again dealing with violence in one of its stores. While such incidents are thankfully rare, they raise questions about security measures and how to protect both customers and employees from random acts of violence. The impact of this attack extends far beyond the 11 victims and their families. Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist issued statements responding to the incident, acknowledging the trauma inflicted on the entire community. Employees who witnessed the attack will likely struggle with the psychological aftermath for months or years to come. Customers who were in the store during the incident will carry those memories forever. Children who saw the chaos and violence will need support to process what they experienced. The broader Traverse City community is now grappling with the reality that random violence can erupt anywhere, even in the most mundane locations. The sense of safety that many residents took for granted has been shattered by one man's inexplicable decision to hurt innocent people. As investigators work to understand what happened and why, numerous questions remain. What motivated a seemingly ordinary 42-year-old man to commit such violence? Were there warning signs that might have been missed? How can communities and businesses better prepare for random acts of violence? What support will be available for the victims, their families, and witnesses to this trauma? How will this incident change security measures at retail locations? The physical wounds inflicted by the attacker will heal, though some victims may carry scars for life. The psychological wounds, for victims, witnesses, and the broader community, will take much longer to address. Traverse City now faces the challenge of healing from this trauma while seeking to understand how such violence could occur in their peaceful community. The heroes who stepped up to stop the attacker and help the wounded demonstrated that even in our darkest moments, human courage and compassion can shine through. Their actions likely prevented this tragedy from being even worse. Saturday afternoon shopping will never feel quite the same for many in Traverse City. The Walmart that once represented convenience and routine now stands as a reminder of how quickly normal life can turn into nightmare. But it also stands as a testament to the courage of ordinary people who became heroes when their community needed them most. The 11 victims fighting for their lives at Munson Medical Center represent more than statistics. They're neighbors, friends, family members whose only crime was needing groceries on a Saturday afternoon. Their recovery will be watched and supported by an entire community that has been shaken but not broken by this senseless act of violence. As the investigation continues and the legal process unfolds, Traverse City will work to heal from this trauma while honoring the victims and the heroes who emerged from the chaos. The question isn't whether this community will recover, it's how they'll use this tragedy to become stronger and more resilient in the face of an unpredictable world. In a time when random violence seems to strike anywhere, the Traverse City Walmart attack serves as both a reminder of our vulnerability and a testament to human courage. What would you have done in those terrifying 3 minutes? The heroes of Traverse City showed us what ordinary people are capable of when faced with extraordinary evil.